Alrighty, my friends. So, wow, that is a lot of aluminum casings we have. That's why you make solid biofuel factory and start the game take so long. Yeah, I have actually a place where I dump my wood and my leaves to create biofuel. So, I have that as needed. Speaking of, I should at least fill up that one stack there. Alright, now grab whatever of these we made here. Okay. Alright, so... Hey, what's up, Pie Boy? Sneaks in and makes a mess and blames Shogi. Okay, so... The next thing we're going to do is a pretty... This is going to be a really big build, whatever we're going to be doing. And I know it's going to take a ton of refineries, so let me put, like, just 20 refineries on this so I know at least starting materials what I should have in my inventory. This. I need some motors. Never have enough motors, it seems. These morning shifts are tiring you out? Man, I would be so tired if I had to do your job, Pie Boy. Steel pipes. I have exactly 600. All right, let's do that. Let's go plan out how we want to do a huge increase to our fuel power generation and possibly completely change out my plastic and rubber production. Because this is going to be a pretty big upgrade. My current build is 600 pipeline of oil that is going through, I think, 10 refineries that can power 33 fuel generators, I think, is currently what we have. And what I'm thinking about changing is this bottom floor. That's currently doing my plastic and rubber. All right, let's figure out the way this is going to flow. So, oil comes in. Actually, let's look at the blender first. Ah, they're radio control units. I'm going to have to make those. Damn it, I just want to make those real quick because I need to see how that works. All right, I need 5 radio control units. All right, I gotta throw this junk back in here. Okay. So I need crystal oscillators. I might just need to make a temporary radio control unit thing for the blenders. Okay, that'll be enough to make one blender so I could just figure out what the flow of these things is going to be. I don't think I've ever done this build. You Yankee Doodle Dandies, it's the 5th of July. Pay up those taxes to the king of Pie Land, Pie Boy, and no dumping tea again or there will be trouble. All right, you are the king of emotes is really what... You're the king of Pie Boy. Well done, sir. Well done. All right, let's see what a blender can do. A blender... Diluted fuel. So this takes heavy oil residue and water and turns it into fuel. Okay, I now see why I needed this. Because if I didn't have this, we would have to package the heavy oil residue, I believe. So... look at our refinery. I want to see what the entire line would look like. So we'd go straight from oil to heavy oil residue. Heavy oil residue plus water will give us the fuel. Well, that's really fast. Okay. How's it going today? We had a huge raid. And otherwise, it's going great. It's going great. because of the huge raid as well. So this will give us, this just gives us fuel. So there's no, does this give us, and this gives us polymer resin, yeah. So it looks like we want a giant build that does this a bunch. And then we turn the polymer resin into the plastic and rubber. Which might actually reduce my plastic and rubber production. But we're eventually going to need so much fuel that this might be our main source of plastic and rubber. All right, so how would we go about making this transition? I feel like I want to figure out numbers on this. So 50 heavy oil residue a minute. Each one of these makes 40. So a Mark II pipe does 600 crude oil a minute. So I would want 600 divided by 30. What is that, 20? I would want 20 refineries doing this. 20 times 40. That would give me 800 heavy oil residue a minute. 800 divided by 50. So that would be 16 of these guys, which would give me 1,600 fuel a minute. 1,600 fuel a minute, and 1,600 fuel a minute would be enough for, how much fuel do these do a minute? I forget. I always want to check this, but it won't tell me how much fuel a minute this takes. 12 per minute, thank you. So what did I say, 1,600? 1,600 divided by 12. I think my math is off. Let's do that again. So 600 crude oil a minute. 600 divided by 30. That'll be 20 of these guys. So 20 times 40. That's how much heavy oil residue we do a minute. I think it's right. So what did I say? 20 times 40. 800. 800 divided by 50 gives us 16 of these guys. 16 times 100 is 1,600. And 1,600 divided by 12 would mean 133.33 generators. That seems right. I'm going to write some of those numbers down so I know. So this would be 20 refineries. It would be 16, what are these called? Blenders. And it would be 133.33, repeating of course, fuel generators. That is a lot of generators. 60 refineries will support 400. So 20 would do 133. That sounds about right? That sounds about like the math adds up. Okay. Now, where am I going to put all this? Where am I going to put all this? Let me kind of go up some floors and figure some stuff out. Because the next floor up is using coke to get some power, and I've been wanting to replace that anyway. NA math. For once, my NA math was, I think, right. This floor is mainly turning the heavy oil residue into petroleum coke, and we're burning that petroleum coke very slowly and not very much for power over here. So this is probably the floor that I want to use. Well, the first two floors. The top floor currently is doing a fuel. I wonder if I could convert the top floor that's currently making fuel over. The problem is if I convert this floor, it's going to stop my power that's supplying those 33.33 generators currently. And the coke recipe pisses you off. Waste of HOR. What is HOR? Yeah, I think I want to leave this floor as my transition floor while I swap over the bottom two floors to this next build. So if I'm going to swap over these bottom two floors, that's going to be a pretty big changeover. So Maybe what I can do... Okay, I think I know what I want to do. Bottom floor is currently making rubber and plastic. I'm going to have my polymer resin overflow all go down to the bottom floor. That's going to be where I convert all of that polymer resin into using the recycled rubber and plastic and the excess. There's like 2 recipes for that. And then this floor is where we're going to refine all of our fuel, all of our oil into fuel. Build an oil tower so I don't need to use pumps. Yeah. I think this is already doing so little that I can just break it down. I think I can break down all this stuff because it's already doing so little. What this is doing is it's using up the heavy oil residue currently very slowly being made by our plastic and rubber down there. So this, if I deconstruct all this, it's going to stop my rubber and plastic protection, but we have some buffers, so I think that's going to be okay. So I think the first thing to do is completely deconstruct this floor. All right. Is this empty? This is empty. So I'm going to use this to store a bunch of junk. So let's start deconstructing stuff. This is going to be a major renovation, so this is going to take some time, that's for sure. So I'm going to start by cutting off the pipe so nothing else is coming in here. I'm going to start by deconstructing all these guys that aren't currently doing anything anyway. Yeah, I didn't really like the coke power generation, but it was the only thing I could do, I think, at first with all the overflow of heavy oil residue previously. Oh, because it wastes the heavy oil. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does waste the heavy oil residue, that's for sure. Okay, these guys... I'm gonna... Those should just run out. Now that I have no more heavy oil residue, this coke, it should stop bringing coke. So I'm gonna let it burn through that coke. This is where I was creating my fuel for my jetpack. So I'm gonna deconstruct all these guys. Okay, I think here I can just hold control and start deconstructing all this stuff. One thing I don't want to deconstruct, though, is the floor, and that's what I want to not accidentally do. But yeah, I'll definitely build a tower so I don't need to use pumps. And that's what I wanted this for. Earthquake Shaker. Because as Vega likes to tell me, I should use static pressure for my liquids. Although I'll have to pump it up to the tower. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? I don't deconstruct this. I pick stuff up out of there. Okay. The spider things early gave you a lot of anxiety. Yeah, the spiders are... There's literally a mode in the game to turn them into fluffy, colorful kittens. It's called arachnophobia mode, so you are not the only one. Although the fluffy kitten mode is kind of... can be just as terrifying, honestly. Because you just hear this weird, loud meowing sounds, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the cats are pretty terrifying, too. Yeah, I think they are. Let me throw the coke into one of these guys so they can burn it. Cats might even be more terrifying than the spiders to some people. Okay, throw the coke into here. Alright, cool. So that should let these guys just burn through the rest of the coke that's left over should be being made. You have to shoot those kittens in the face. You find the kittens more disturbing than these spiders, yeah. Do I want to leave this I'm going to leave this for now because I might actually use this pipeline for another row of... It's going to be a row of refineries, so I might be able to use this again. So I'm not going to deconstruct all that yet. I will deconstruct the power lines because I might not make these exactly the same as we made them before. But all right, these guys, this heavy oil residue pipe should be just about empty. And these guys are, yeah. So I don't think we are, let me make sure we're not making any more coke from any of these guys, because then I can deconstruct all these guys. This first one would probably be the one that would maybe still be going. Nope, okay. So good, I should be good to deconstruct all this. Okay. If I do store all, it should fill up those stacks. Okay. You're gonna head out in it? Alright, you have a great night, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. Actually, do I need to even get rid of the refineries? I don't think I need to get rid of them. I just need to change the recipes of them. Let me change the piping because I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a change to all this. Actually, I might not change all this. Okay, let me hold off on making too many changes here. Because I think what I can do is I can use what we already have and convert it all over to heavy oil residue. So we're going to pump crude oil in here, and this will be where we start with our heavy oil residue. Yes. And I want 20 refineries here. Finally have your ammo plant set up. Nice, Vega. That's awesome. You're being blinded. Somebody shaved. Yep, I shaved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm starting scuba diving lessons. It's like my fun thing I'm doing this summer to get me out of the house to not be playing video games, you know, the entire summer. So, and for scuba diving lessons, the mask was not sticking when my mustache was on. So, I'm gonna slowly grow it back. I would like a green line. There's a green line. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's gonna be this recipe, so we're gonna copy, paste. I'll be taking, over the next couple of weekends, I'm going to be taking scuba diving lessons, which is going to be awesome. I've been scuba diving once, but this course I'm taking will get me certified for PADI open water diving or something like that. So I didn't have to shave everything, but when I shaved my mustache, I was like, I'll shave everything and then figure out what I'll do later. Okay, let's see here. I needed steel pipes to make more refineries. Take all those guys. What else do I need for refineries? Copper sheets. Good. Scuba's often. You were a dive master way back in college. I bet that was fun. Sounds like a pretty cool job right there. And the title, Dive Master. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight. Do I have just enough for 10? Hopefully I do. Whoops. 9. It's perfect. It's like I planned it. 10. Okay, how does that look? Use all of my Subnautica knowledge. God, if I see anything that I see in Subnautica, I would probably die because they all want to kill you in Subnautica. I'll use all of my Subnautica to run away from giant reapers. Dive Master sounded cool, but you were the low man on the totem pole. The instructors were the bosses. Oh, okay. What's the difference between a Dive Master and the instructor, I guess, would be my question. Okay. And so we copy-paste this guy. There. That should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we do the mirror of that lined up with this guy, which is what we set this up for. And we should have exactly 20. Way to go, Past Rand. You planned so well. I feel like I should be seeing a green line. There it is. Is that lined up? Actually, we need this to line up with... Perfect, okay. Constructors made real money and they had to have insurance and such, and more classes. Okay. And Dive Master was the helper. Okay. Yeah, these aren't going to line up, are they? Because, yeah, I'm not going to get a green line for these guys because how I line this up is... Not sure if that one's right. Line up the tube with the tube. Should be right there. There, that should be right. Which is centered on that, which I think that means the next one should be centered here, I think. Does that line up? Perfect. Okay. Okay, so this guy should be right here, I believe. Beautiful. And then this one is not going to work unless I guess the question is, do I want it to extend further here or extend further there? I think I can make this work here. I'm going to get rid of this entire belt too. Actually, do I want to get rid of this belt? This is going to be a polymer resin output. So do I want it to come back on itself to another line of refineries where we're going to use that? I think I'm going to send the polymer resin down to the floor below because we're going to turn it into plastic and rubber, so I don't think I need this guy here. Heads up, when piping your blenders, you can group 3 together and their output will feed 25 generators. You'll end up with 5 groups of 3 and a solo blender. Okay. Alright, I will... What would you say? 3 blenders together, output feeds 25 generators. I'm going to have to figure out if I want to put the blenders in this building or in the room, in the building where I'm going to be actually making the fuel generators. I'll have to figure that out. But future Rand will worry about that. Okay. How are you guys doing? You're burning that coal? You're done burning that coal? Beautiful. Wait, did I just connect you? No. Okay, you're good. Okay. With 20 refineries, I will need 16 blenders. Okay. Alright, so my question is, do I want... Do I want to do one more refinery on this side, or do I want to make it extend one extra thing on this side? You're not doing anything, right? Yep, okay. I need to stop giving you canisters, actually. These canisters will not be needed. Because these are to group 25 fuel generators and it is to group 50. Well, I have a fuel generator build that has a lot of room. We'll have to see. I'm not there yet, so... Trying to decide how I want to do this. We will decide that after I figure out the parts before it. If I do this... I would want it to be here. I think that lines up, right? What? I'm on the wrong section. I put these in the wrong place. That. And this. This guy. Okay, so I want this to be here. Green line, green line, green line, green line. So that lines up there. So that leaves me a little less space to work with here. Am I okay with this? Have this guy be floating. Am I okay with this? I'm gonna be bringing oil here. So I'm probably gonna have something similar to this, but have some sort of storage tank here. think you can split the 600 pipes to 300 pipes. You can do 2 groups, 25. They're huge. In that screenshot you posted earlier, did 12 per row with a single generator at the end, and you can see how much room that took up. Yeah. The fuel generators are ginormous. I think I don't want this. I think I want it to have it to go on this other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 6 more on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare refinery war. Okay, let's see here. This needs to go right in the middle, I think. Where's my green line? There it is. That line up? That looks right. Okay. And then it'll be in the middle, and green line, purple line right there. Should be right there. And right there. Those look right, they're lining up. Good. Where's my purple line? There it is. And then I think one more on this side will make 10. Count, make sure. Count the smokestacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that should be good. So that should be 20 refineries all doing this. Copy, paste, 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 paste. Okay. Can do 600 pipe, but it means longer downtime on your generators if your grid goes down. It takes longer to fill the pipes back up. Okay. I'm doing a 600 pipe for my build. I don't know if you're talking about what I'm working on, Johnny Wrench, or something else. But I am doing a 600 pipe here. These are, I'm going to need to change this entire line to Mark II pipes. So this is going to be Mark II, Mark II, Mark II, Mark II, and then the Mark II will extend that way. God, that residue production. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of residue, but I'm actually glad about that because I'm going to be replacing my plastic production on that. You know what? I might want to change this. I might want to do what I did over here where I have the liquids go down. Do I want to do that? I want to have my water go under, my oil to go underneath. I think I want to change this entire thing because I didn't do this earlier because it was, you know, one of those temporary things, but now I'm doing my more permanent build. I think I do want to go in the ground with the half pipes here. It's going to take a lot more time to build, but it's going to look a lot better and be able to move. I'm going to be able to move a lot easier through it. Okay, so basically I want to replace all of these guys with half pipes. If I remember how to do this correctly. Believe me, it sucks to try to reprime a massive fuel generator power grid with Mark II pipes when you have to use biomass burners. Hey, what's up, Silly Device? How are you doing, my friend? Okay, this and this. Okay, so now we want to half pipe this like we did this. Okay. All right, can I remember how I did that? Is it just lined up like this? I hope it's just lined up like this. I think that's perfect, actually. And like, let's go like this. That'll be easier to lock onto that guy. Beautiful. Do yourself a favor and build several large buffers and fill them up, then valve them off for emergency use. Okay. Good tip. Remind me when I'm actually getting the piping going. I'll try to remember to do that. You're modding your 7th day of a subathon, so you're a bit busy. Ah, all right. A subathon, huh? Is there a streamer you're watching that's doing a subathon or something? And this will be expandable if I ever want to, but you should remember that next time you make grid adjustments that you don't intend to be permanent. Put off switches on production so you can turn off non-essential stuff. Yeah. So, like, I guess what I could do here is if my piping's going to be there, I can have this be there. My main... is that what I want to do? Actually, I think what I want to do is... Oh, there's one of these guys. Oh, this is the perfect place for that. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah. All right, so then I could put... It's the first time I've used that little guy there. And put... This would come in through... The only thing I don't like is my wall is kind of right in the way. Looks sexy? It does, right? Okay, how about we do this? How about I put on each side of this a tank that we can prime it with. One will be the permanent one will be a backup primer tank, like you suggest. So I basically have... I can make a bigger one, right? Yeah. Wow, that's huge. Okay, I don't really have space for that bigger one. So we do like this. And like this. One of these will be the permanent flow down into this thing, and the other one will be filled up with backup extra oil. You only really need a primer tank for the fuel. Oh, you're not talking about the oil, you're talking about the fuel. Okay. Well then, all right, I won't put this guy. So that would be the output of these. Well, it would be the output from the heavy oil residue to fuel thing is what I think you're talking about. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. And then this just runs all the way down. This should work well, I believe. All the way to there. And then the last one on the end is this guy. Is that perfectly straight? Beautiful. Looks good. Could also use a packager and store fuel in package form. If you have plenty of fuel stored up to prime the generators, they can run long enough to reprime the system. Cool. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up these guys. And actually, I had these set up to be across from each other, so we actually want this to be like this. That. That. Give me that purple line. That. Okay. That. That. Yeah, it's going to look so much better than my previous one. And that. That. And then mark 1 pipes in noodle mode. Should be able to go there cleanly. Very nice. No, don't do that. That. And I think this will work without a pump. I'm pretty sure. We'll have to pump it up to the buffer that serves as our static pressure builder, or whatever that's called, Vega. And then we should not have to pump any of this liquid. It should all just come across. It'll still be a, what is it called, a manifold thing, so it'll take a while to distribute, but it should be good. Alright, that looks clean, man, looks clean. And then I can now walk over this super easy if I just put the glass floor. Do I have the glass floor on my bar? I do. It's this one. This guy, right. How do I place this? I think I have to do a... I think I did... How did I do it over here? I was able to make this work, right? Yeah, I just need to connect it from... there's a guy at the end over here. This will work, yeah. Oh, that's good, except it's not the right height. So I need to put this up. Oh, there's a way to half these things, isn't there? How do you half these things? That lets you turn it. I know there's a way to overlap these. How do I do that? How do I do that? This is the right level. How do I make it so I can put it right in the middle? I know there's a way to do it, and I can't think of how to do that. Because what I want is this guy to be lined up in the middle here. Catwalks. Thank you. Catwalks. That's the answer. So it's a catwalk there. Will that let me attach it to this? I need to hit that guy right there. Okay, I think maybe I put the catwalk right here at my work. Let's try that. Perfect. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, now I can deconstruct this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Catwalk is half size. Yeah, that was exactly it. Thank you. Steel beams. Anything else I need? What are my regular iron plates? Now we're kind of good. Okay. I only do this stuff rarely, but for this half pipe stuff, I feel like it's worth doing because it's going to make it easier to move between these things. It doesn't take that much extra time to build it. I don't think I can do a half mirror thing there, can I? I mean, I guess that's... Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. Oh, wow, that actually looks really cool. Oh, that's sweet. Okay. All right, so we're going to be bringing oil in from the wall here. What I actually want to do is have it come from above. Looks frickin' sweet, man. Sometimes you can make some awesome looking stuff in this game. Actually, you always can. I just don't do it enough. So I'm going to have this come in from wall pipe. There. What looks best? I guess noodle mode is fine. Actually, I don't like that. Can I bring it in? 1, 2, 1, 2. There. In auto. That looks good, except it changed the level for some reason. That lined up? Beautiful. So that, and then it goes down, and the level it goes to is even with this guy. Do I actually want this a little bit higher? I think I want this actually at one level higher than these guys are. So this is good, except I need to go a little bit higher. So let me actually have it be even with this pipeline here. So that would be doing something like this. Reminds you of building an arc and using different pieces to offset snap points. Yeah. Crap. And just like arc, if you're not OCD overdoing it, you're not doing it right. Okay. That should work, and then that will now put the static pressure above the level that it's going to. I think makes it better. Okay, does that plug in? Nice, nice and clean. Looks good. Okay. All right, so there's that. Oh, I need a thing here. There, missed one. Zutolo, I've missed one. Mark 1, noodle. There it is. Okay. Okay, and that should be our oil input setup. Okay. So now the outputs of this. That's going to be where things get really crazy. Heavy oil residue. I think I'm going to flow to this side of the floor and turn it directly into... These are coal generators, actually. I thought these were refineries. These are going to be heavy oil residue from fuel. No, that's which one is it? Heavy oil residue, packaged water. No, it's not the packaged thing. Heavy oil residue. That's what I'm doing. Am I getting mixed up? Am I missing a step? Heavy oil residue into fuel. This is what we're doing. Is this the right one? Heavy oil residue into fuel. Am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a step. The blender. What does the blender do again? Diluted fuel. Heavy oil residue into diluted fuel. Oh, this is what we want to do. We don't want to do this one. Because this is 60 heavy oil residue to 40 fuel. This is 50 heavy oil residue into 100 fuel. Yeah, okay, so this is what we want to do. And we want to do 16 of these, if I remember correctly. Okay. And this is going to take a lot of water. 1,600 water a minute is what that's going to take. Okay, so I need to make 16 of those guys, which means I need to go make a crap ton of whatever those aluminum things are called. The aluminum casing. We did make a bunch of these. Okay, so let me figure out where these are going to go first, then I'll go make the materials I need for that. I should put the blender on this bar. What do I have two of? I think I have... I feel like I don't need the packager on this bar as much. Let's get the blender on two. So the blender would be something like this. So we're bringing in heavy oil residue and water. 200 refineries, 16 blenders, 133-ish fuel generators. Yep, okay. So it would be that, and I would need... if I'm doing 16, I need 8 on each side. Okay, so... my refineries... Let me actually build one refinery so I get this thing off my bar. There we go. That was not the button I meant to press. Okay, I need 7 more blenders. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So a bunch of radio control units, aluminum casing. Let's go grab aluminum, and we're going to go get the materials to make these guys. All right, cool. I'm glad I have a plan for this because I was kind of dreading once I got all the stuff unlocked to make this fuel. But now that we're putting it together, I think this is going to be a really, really good upgrade. We're going to have power for a long time, and it's going to fix my plastic and rubber production. I've been in love with how my plastic and rubber production has been set up for a while. All right, how are we doing on aluminum? Oh, we're full on aluminum. Beautiful. I have some random petroleum coke in there. I don't know if I'll need all of that. Let me make what I can make here. Which is the aluminum casings. How many aluminum casings per these? 32. So 32 times 35. Okay, that's a lot of aluminum casings. I should probably not do this. Okay, well, this is actually pretty fast. I might want to just make a constructor to do this, though, honestly. I'm gonna manually do this, but for now, I'm gonna do a short term. Again, temporary, everybody. Everything's temporary. It's so temporary. I promise it's temporary. It's totally not the final build. It's totally temporary. Temporary, temporary. Please, please be temporary. That. How many a minute does it need? 90. So that. And I know I have a power line around here somewhere. Auto save. There. And this guy. I feel if I say temporary enough times, maybe I'll actually convince myself that it'll actually be temporary. It's only temporary. Final build is the next playthrough. It's right. Rich man's poor man's permanent temporary stuff. You know me so well, Pie Boy. You know me so well. So I'll build them manually while we have some building unmanually behind me. Unmanually? It's totally a real word. Look it up. Alright, radio control units are going to need the oscillators. Okay. Which means I'm going to need a crap ton of quartz crystal for the oscillators. I wish I had these automated, but crystal oscillators are kind of a pain. They're kind of a pain. All right, what I'll do is I'll make all of these from the aluminum I currently have, then I'll grab the ones that are being made behind me, and then we'll go to our base to make the oscillators that we're missing. Because I will need 35 oscillators for all this. Done pretty good at not having to do too much manual building, but there have been a couple things I've had to manual build for. Supercomputers to make the geothermal vents that we made, which also required us to make manually make a bunch of AI high-speed connectors before we had those automated. Now this aluminum stuff and probably one or two other things I've had to do that with. Okay, that's good there for now. Let's grab however many we've made so far here. Take all. All right. And now let's go make the oscillators we need. Because based on what I've just seen with the aluminum refining, it's going to take a pretty big project to make an aluminum refining build that is not going to back up and is going to make enough aluminum for the things we will need to automate. Sounds like that'll be a pretty big project. So once we get the power, then we can start working on that, which will probably not be today. Probably getting this power done. Hopefully I'll be able to get that all done today. That might be optimistic though, since I'm probably going to need to rework my plastic and rubber too. Aluminum refinery is a simple ratio. Is it? Is it just like 2 to 1 on those refineries and I only did a 1 to 1 when I should have put 2 to 1 or something? Alright, so what do we need for crystal oscillators? I need a total of 35 of these. Is that right? Yeah, one per, so 35 of these guys. Four foundries, 3 refineries, and 6 assemblers. Okay, well that sounds simple. I hope you're right, and I might ask you to remind me about that later. Let me throw some small rows of stuff to give me some room here. I don't need to have heat sinks on me. This is where I'm going to keep in the heat sinks there. And I need to be working these through. Sloppy alumina. Why has it got to be sloppy, though? Okay. Well, we'll take that, because anything that is involved with aluminum is probably going to be useful. I probably am going to need to use that recipe a lot, I'm guessing. Do 3 stacks of that. Let me put my random extra steel pipes in here, and let's fill up on these. Take all. Because that's the thing that we need a lot of. I think it has a different ratio, but the one that I just grabbed, it might. Oh, this is actually going to be enough. Beautiful. Need to watch once we get to the 35. From what I've been hearing, though, it's always better. Alternate recipes are almost always more efficient, either power or material-wise, right? I think that's true. All right, so we need 35 of these guys. Should I make a couple extra? I should probably make a couple extra. So let's go like 50 of these guys. Or 46 is what we can make, so we'll go with that. Just basically use up all of our crystals here, or wires, or whatever we're using up all of here. Hoping this will be the last main thing we need to manually make today. I don't think we'll need more aluminum for anything else, because it's just these blenders we need them for. And we'll be out of cables here. All right, let's go dump our crystals. Grab some extra cables. Okay, 1, 2. Should be good for now. And let's make the actual radio control units. We need 35. Let's make 40. With 40, I'll be able to make 1 extra radio control unit if needed. Radio control units, I think, are an important part of something else too, right? Aren't they used in like supercomputers or something with scanning the map or something? I feel like there's something else, or a vehicle. I feel like there's something else radio control units are used for. Well, there's probably multiple things, but. All right, let's make a total of. Are these making 1 at a time? They're making 2 at a time, and we have an uneven number for some reason. Okay. Ping, 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 ping. All right, so once I build these, I'll be able to make our 8 blenders, which are going to give us fuel. Plus water, or is it water plus the diluted? Yeah, it's going to be. This is going to give us the fuel. So we're going to be able to pipe this across to wherever our next fuel generators are going to be. Your aluminum setup looks like this. Oh, that looks really clean. That looks really good. Nice, Vega. Okay. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. There we go. So now I'm going to need a few more aluminum casings. I need the heavy modular frames and the motors. Okay. Okay. Get extra motors because I think I need the motors for the refineries as well. What does it take for fuel generators? It takes motors, heavy modular frames, rubber. I need some more rubber. I'm not going to get all the materials to get all of the ones we're going to build, but just to have an idea of what we'll need. Computers. Alright, that'll let us at least build a couple of these. I should get extra heavy modular frames. Let me check other stuff belt-wise. I could use some more encased industrial beams. And I'm almost out of iron rods. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to come back here because it's just... I need a mod that makes me have infinite pockets. I run out of pocket space so much in this game. All right, they're making the aluminum casings. Hopefully I can just go get the ones I need. Actually, what I'm going to do is on my way, I'm going to build the blenders I can, because that will clear out a ton of inventory space. You can fill 2 Mark II belts with aluminum ingots with your build. Nice. Very nice. 4 foundries, 3 refineries, 6 assemblers. Very cool. All right, let's go up to the 2nd floor. I still see rubber and plastic backed up, which I like to see. Means we're not just running out of it because I cut off the heavy oil residue overflow sink. All right. So let me figure out. I want to line this one up with the middle here. That line up, that looks good. Okay, so this is going to be copy, paste. All right, let's get rid of that guy. I hope I didn't just leave stuff on the ground. Do I have inventory space? I do. Okay, good. Okay, so that will be, this first one lines up with this second one here. Okay. So let's make it even. So that'll be like that. And like that, I think. Does that line up? The middle one lines up with the middle one. Is that evenly spaced in the middle? Beautiful. That looks great. Okay. So let's get all these ones set up here. So that would be like this. And I'm out of the aluminum things. Okay. 200. Okay. I think those stack up to 100 or 200. So we should be good to go grab the ones we made over here. Oh, the assemblers should be constructors. Okay, gotcha. So what I'm going to need to do is probably this pipe right here. This is the currently supplying for my rubber. I'm probably going to need to upgrade that to a Mark II and overclock some things. Nice. All right, 2 stacks of those guys. How is this looking, by the way? The water, it's running at 43%. It's probably because of water backing up. And this guy is just not getting the silica quickly enough because the water's backing up, but that's fine. It's doing what we need it to do. Do we have some aluminum left over? It's not using up all of my aluminum for these, is it? No, okay, so we can actually grab some extra aluminum if needed too. The constructors build the extra silica you need. Gotcha. Like how you can tell earlier when Vega was timed out that Shogi gave a sub to fix it. Yes. Yep. Alright, can I make this jump? Totally. Beautiful. Hover pack couldn't do that. I don't think. Alright, so what did we need? We needed 8 of these. Yeah, that's 4. Oh, there's the man. What do we got? Oh, I'm out of copper wire. What a random thing to be out of. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that later, if I remember. One and 2. And I believe it's there. Does that line up with that? Yes, it does. Beautiful. And right there. I think that looks good. Look at the size of that thing. You love how humongous my factories become? This is during the Hermit, if you saw some of the builds of the people who have joined our chat today, you'd say this is peanuts. This is when we got our phase 3 done earlier, everybody said, welcome to finishing the tutorial. You have now entered the real game. This is chump change. We got a baby factory is what we got. This game does the big scale really well. It really does. It does a lot of things really well. This game does, that's for sure. Okay. Let me go see if I happen to have wire in that chest that I put on the ground over here earlier. Or where I've been throwing stuff. I think I'm out of wire. Oh, perfect. Great job, Past Rand. Ooh, an alternate radio control system recipe, an alternate aluminum recipe. Ooh, those are both really good. Which of these should I do? If I'm going to be doing aluminum soon, I feel like I want to do the electrode aluminum scrap. So what is this? What's different about this? Standard recipe makes 60 more. Oh, this uses coke. Yeah. Okay, I think we just go with this alternate recipe. Standard recipe makes 2.5 a minute. This makes 4.5 a minute by adding rubber to the mix. Okay, let's go with that one. I was thinking that the aluminum one would be really good, but it uses a material I don't even want to make. Yeah, the quick wire could have been good too, but I have a couple of decent quick wire recipes, I think, so we're going to change all of these out. Actually, I am going to just deconstruct all these pipes since we're not going to be using them currently. Okay. This is a water line. Actually, let me not I think I'm gonna need water for this, so I probably leave this water line in. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to get more water injected into this, but I definitely need to move these guys. Aluminium. Don't forget to salute the lieutenant. Okay, sure. All right, so that is the water pipeline. Can I fit in the heavy oil residue? And how much heavy oil residue are we making? Do I need multiple pipes for this? I think we're making a lot of heavy oil residue, aren't we? 40 times 20? 800. So that is slightly more than a single Mark II pipe can handle. So I need to figure out the flow of this. I feel like somebody told me the numbers on this earlier, but let's see. What is 600 divided by 40? So 15 of these guys can fill one pipe, and then the extra will go in another pipe. So 16 of these guys. I have a row of 10. So basically, if I add 10 plus 6 on this side for one pipe, and then the extra go over, that should do. So the output of these guys, this is going to be outputting polymer resin, so I will be using this probably. Or split it in half and each feed 8 blenders. So that would be more even to do it that way. So 40 times 10, so 400. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, that would make much more sense, right? So one side feeds one side feeds the other. Because these need 50 times 4, 200. 200 a minute. And 40 times 10 is 400. Wait, does that work out? Hold on a sec. So one side of these, each half feeds 6 blenders, you said. Wait. Each half feeds 6, but there are 8 blenders in total. How does that work? Okay, 50 times 4 is 200. 16. Oh, I only have half the blenders I need. Crap. Ha! Why did I think I was done with the blenders? Well, shnikes. Okay. I need to make a lot more blenders. And I don't have the materials to make all these blenders. Why did I think? Because I did 7. Because of my numbers earlier was half of what I needed. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. I thought I was done with manually making stuff. You're right, 16 blenders, not 8 blenders. Okay. Well, that is 9, so I need 7 more. Let me build this fuel generator to get it off my bar here. All right, so I gotta go manually make a bunch of stuff again. Damn it. 7 again, right? Yeah, 20 feeds 16 blenders, feeds 133 generators. Damn it. My brain. Okay, let's go get whatever aluminum casings we have over here, and I'm probably going to have to make some of my own again that I need. Sloppy alumina eliminates the byproduct of silica, by the way. Eliminates the byproduct of silica. But we want the silica in the line, don't we? No, I don't know. That's future Rand's problem. Oh, good. We just have enough of these. Okay, good. It's going to be the manually making the radio control units, which actually does need more of these. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff we have to make. It's like this is an automation game where I have to make a lot of stuff all the time. It's more bauxite efficient. Okay. Which is probably important, because I'm guessing bauxite is more rare than silica on the map. I don't know if that's true or not. Although there are a couple different recipes for silica. Alright, so gotta go make all those oscillators again. Just don't have a good setup for making oscillators. I could do a temporary setup. Just grabbing from my overflow storage. Just been trying to avoid doing that. But I probably should do that because there's enough things that are using these oscillators. Can I do a quick temporary build of oscillators over here? Let me see. Temporary, that won't be all that temporary, most likely. I should need to use this more. Oscillators. Will this show me all the recipes? Okay. Rubber and AI limiters or cables and reinforced iron plates. Let's do the standard recipe. So that would be a manufacturer. Totally temporary, everybody. So temporary. It's completely temporary, I promise. Just like this temporary setup here I have. Yeah, so temporary. So it's the basic one here. Cable and reinforced iron plates. Okay. You're full, right? I'm not like messing up my thing? Yeah. Okay. See, look at this temporary thing I'm doing here. So temporary, not just a mess of spaghetti I'm throwing in. Totally not just a mess of spaghetti. There. Is this the third temporary setup since the raid? Something like that, yeah. I promise. I don't only do temporary setups, I promise. I occasionally do actual permanent setups. We're just, we're not doing any of those today. It's too much work. The temporary setup is the oil thing we're working on, actually. Power U. And... I'll just do this. Okay, you going, you going. We'll get one of these things a minute. We're at 100%. Okay, now I gotta manually make them while... Hopefully, I'll have those available for the future. What am I grabbing? I need to grab these guys. Which I don't have any room in my inventory for those guys. So let's throw stuff in here. Actually, no, what I'm gonna do is... yes, petroleum coke. Get out of my inventory. This. And I don't really want to deconstruct anything else or get rid of anything else, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it on the floor right here. Things I don't need right now. Just to make inventory space to make the radio control units. I can make 50 of them right now, okay. The electrode scrap is more efficient, but requires coke, which to you is a hard sell. Yeah, the actual permanent thing is the fact that everything is temporary. The permanent builds are the friends we made along the way. That's what's permanent. Everything else is temporary. My brain, this build, your cat, everything else is temporary. But the friends we made along the way are forever. All right. Wait, how am I able to make so many of these? Did I make extra oscillators earlier? I must have. Now I sound like an EVE Online player. All right. Next, I'll tell you the best ship is the friend ship. That's a pun, and usually I don't approve of puns, but that was funny. That was funny. All right, we'll make a couple extra of these guys again. Pieboy will allow that pun. You'll find that Pieboy allows all puns, even though I wish he would allow 0 puns. But that one was funny. I got a kick out of that. Imagination. Alright, so we'll need to make a couple more aluminum casings to make up for what we're doing here. But I should just make extra radio control units just in case. So 3 more of these guys. 2 and 3 will allow us to make 1 extra of those other guys if needed. Okay. Okay, is that all the stuff we put on the ground? Is there something stacked through the floor from what I just did? I hope not. Okay, I'm gonna assume that was everything. Alright, we gotta get more motors. Slide past our temporary build. Sort. And I just gotta go get my aluminum casings and we're good to go. Alright, let's see how you're doing. Have you made any of these guys? Alright, we can now come get some oscillators as needed. We'll do a more permanent build of that soon, TM. Soon. Again, that's Future Rand's problem. We know what we say about Future Rand. F that guy. I mean, he's really nice. He's good if you get to know him. Let's go build a couple of these we can build. And then we'll just have to go get the extra aluminum casings. Watch your eyes. Don't pay attention to the build over there. It's totally temporary. Don't look at it or else you'll remember how untemporary it is. Actually, no, I'm just going to go... my inventory space means I should actually use a couple of these. Don't look, it's hideous. The best ship is friendship. That's funny. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 3 more on this level. So that would be right here. That I need to change these guys to be the same size here. Oh, don't fall. I hope I have the concrete for all this. I think I should have plenty of concrete on me. I think it's this size, is that right? I believe that's right. Is that even? That looks even, okay. Not that guy. That. And how much further do we need to go? Probably not too much. But I want to extend this because this is one of the there are a couple things that I wanted to, a couple goals that I had when I started this playthrough. I wanted things to be always expandable, less spaghetti as I can, as little spaghetti as possible. Kind of failed that. And to have a centralized storage place. So we've done pretty good with the storage and keep things expandable. Spaghetti is probably the thing we failed the worst at. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more on this floor. Is this the right direction? This one's the right direction, right? I think so. This so I don't fall as I'm building stuff. Okay. Right in the middle there. 1. And 2. Alright, so we should have everything except the aluminum casings to build the rest on this side. Let me count as we go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Shakes his head at chat. Why are you shaking your head? You don't believe that I'm keeping up with my goals? Can't believe what just happened for you in modding. You were supposed to put in code that the weapon is a beam. Guess what? Your smart brain put in bean. I would use a bean weapon in FTL. Make your enemies have uncontrollable flatulence. Then you'll never have to fight them ever again. Force them to eat beans. Pick that guy up. This. Alright. There we go. That should finally be all the blunders we need to make. For this build, at least. Hopefully it'll be the last time I need to manually make any aluminum things. I say as I'll probably have to do that on the next thing we need to build. Oh yes, beans are a perfect weapon in the FTL universe, yes. Create the 5-bean chili beam. It's a fire beam with more spice. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should only need to make 4 more here. 1, 2. You're right here. I see a green line. I should see a green line right there. I don't see one, but that lines up, and I think that's actually just off. Crap. Is this one off? That looks right. And that looks right. That one lines up. That one lines up. Okay, it does line up. I've just... My brain was not working, I guess. I guess that should be here. There. We'll check if they line up after I place them, because I know where they should go. Just not seeing the green lines. Or purple lines, because we have purple colored things. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be 8. So yes, we had enough to build 1 extra. That should be right. Okay. Let's finish this out just so it's not looking unfinished. So the that and why are you going that direction? Flip it. There we go. And that. Okay, let me see. Does all this line up correctly? That's good. This looks like a straight line. Oh, these are all flabbily flipped. These are not the right line. Okay, only those 3 I messed up though, I think. So this direction, there. That should be right. Are you still lined up? Look good. Okay. There. And there. That should be good. Need to run? Alright, we'll see you later, Jittery Owl. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next time. You personally love watching the animation of the blender, by the way. The animation as it's completed building, or the animation of it actually building something? Of it being constructed, or it building something, I guess is the better way to ask that question. Alright, so paste. Paste. Is the blender... you know, it looks like this big thing probably spins up or something. That circular thing, does that like spin up there? It builds the solid part and then throws it in the vat as it's working. Interesting. I do need to check that out once we get this actually making something. Okay, so currently what we have here is the water underneath. Have I set up the water to line up? I set up so one liquid is going to line up, the other one is not going to line up. You know what? After building all these, I think I have to move them all. Because it's going to be a really big pain if I don't have both the... why did I do that? What is wrong with my brain? Alright, I need to move all of these over. Damn it. I want both the liquids to line up so I don't have to use as many splitters. Okay, all right, let's get this figured out. Okay, so that means the end one needs to line up with this guy. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, does that line up? Okay, that way both liquids... Yeah, that's going to be just way better. Okay, how does that work? That means I just need to move these all over 1/2 of a thing, which is not too big of a deal. Is that right? Those each line up? That one. Wait, this guy isn't even lined up correctly. Damn it. Damn you, past Rand. But it's only like 5 seconds ago. I know, and you messed it up. There. That might actually mean that works. Yes. All right, it's a good thing I checked that, I guess. Okay, so we just got to move. Okay, this won't take too long. I just got to move them all over 1/2 a thing here. Just check each one, make sure they're lining up. That looks good. It's the first time I've used the blender, made the blender, so not surprising. I'm having to kind of refigure out the placement on them. I want that. Okay, so that should be there. That should be there. Very nice. And then this guy should be right here. Just check each one of these guys. Okay, that looks good. This. There and there. And then last one. Okay. I just need to copy the setting. Whoops. Copy the settings once we get these all correct. There and there. Okay. Copy. Paste. 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 Make sure they're all lined up correctly too before I paste them all. Yeah, it looks good. Even today you're thinking that's a future me problem? Great. Glad to hear I'm such a good influence. The stupid random things we say on stream are influencing your everyday talk. Okay, there we go. All right. So that is that. Now the flow of liquids, the amount of liquids you need to do to each of these guys. So, I mean, the way this should work is one row of those should supply one row of these guys, right? So that's 50 times 8, 400. And so one side of these is probably producing 40 times 10 is 400. Yes, okay. So one side supplies one side. So what's the best way for me to do this? How are you still creating fuel, actually, I wonder? Where's this fuel coming from? Hold on a second. You're not producing anything. There's just fuel in here. Okay, this must be residual fuel left over. There's fuel in here. But it's just sitting in the pipe. Okay, that's fine. We're deleting fuel, which I don't love, but it's fine. This is a build we needed to get rid of anyway. Alright, so how do I want to get the heavy oil residue to these guys? I think I want the far side to bring to this one and this side to bring to that one. So the water is coming from, will be down underneath here. Can I fit a pipe for fuel on each side of this pipe? We might be able to make that work. Let's see how we can make this work. So if we like had 3 pipelines lined up here, and this coming across, there, and now I'm stuck here, aren't I? Okay, I can go through there. So I believe the way I would want to do that, yeah, I could have that go like straight up. We basically have a thing like that for the outputs of each of those right here. One goes to each of that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Thank you, RPG Nerdos. So it would be something like, there's going to be a little of overlap of this. So what I might want to do is bring the water pipe up 1 level so there's less overlap, because I'm thinking I'd want to go something like, I line this up here. Something like that. That will work as long as the static pressure tank is high enough, right? I believe that should be fine. I believe that will work. I'm going to want to move this middle tank, though. So each one of these guys, I'm going to want to put right. Okay, we need to move this entire pipe while we set these up. Do just 1 pipe at a time here. Okay. So the first guy, this guy right here. And apparently I can't do that through this. Okay. All right, I think this will work. I'm going to bring this all the way down, keep it straight in a line here. Until it turns red. It's red there. Okay. All the way down to the last one. I need more of these half pipes here. And you'll notice this permanent build I'm working on is taking me frickin' forever. So can you blame me for not doing that many permanent builds right now? It's permanent builds. God, they're so much work. Permanent builds take so much work. Okay, so the last one would be this guy right here. Here we go, 1, 2. And that to there. Okay, so that will be the last guy in this row. Okay, we work our way back. And we go this. There. Go this. There. Doing things properly takes time. It's very true. Very true. Sounds like that's something, you know, a grandmother would say. Don't get impatient, son. Doing things properly takes time. All right, Grandma. Okay. Thanks for the pep talk. Okay. All right. So that is all of those guys. That will be the oil. I mean the heavy oil residue. Set up the water next, which I want to be 1/3 anything higher than this. It's actually already filled with water. One, two, 1, 2, up 1. Yeah, this guy kind of go through a little bit. So like that. Damn it, that's not what I wanted because that's not up a level. There, like that is what I want. Definitely not mad he had to spend ages making the walk-in freezer at work. Was what? Defo? What? What does defo mean? Is that short for definitely or something? Did I just call Pie Boy Grandma? Totally. Totally. Right, so water is gonna go between that one and that one, so this will land right. Right there. Luckily your grand, God rest your soul, was more awesome than anyone else will ever be, so you're happy with this. Okay. Good to hear. Okay, green line. Let's see if this is gonna work with what I want it to do. It's going to be going through the pipes to the side. So think I'm going to need to do these after I set up the other pipe. So let me do one side. Let me get the junctions and do one side, and then we'll place in the last one and see if this will all work. Okay, so there's going to be a little pipes going through each other. But I'm going to be okay with this. I'm going to say this is not going to bother me, as it will probably bother me. But I'm going to say it's not going to bother me. Because that's what we do around here. We pretend that things don't bother us, even when they absolutely totally bother us. There to there. Okay. This. Sadly, both of my... I think, yeah, my grandma, my mom's mom, was the last of my grandparents to pass away. I think it was 2 years ago, so... Rest in peace, the grandmothers, grandmas, grandpas, and grandmas of the world. Rest in peace. Know that we're using our time wisely as we play video games to build things that are totally not a waste of time. Okay, right there. Respect for all the lost grands, you know it. Okay, so we do that. Then we'll place the other pipe, and we'll be able to place those after we place the pipe. So this pipe will be the other fuel residue, whatever it's called. Okay. So it should go to right here. Go to the left as far down. I think we'll make it look as good as possible. That. All the way down to over here. Probably an even better way to make this look better, but I think this will actually look pretty good. It'll just look like 3 pipes underneath the ground, which will be pretty awesome. And the last one only needs to go up to there, which is here. 1, 2. Is that right? I think that's right. Beautiful. Oh, and it's even looking. Look at how even it is. It's awesome. So now I just got to do is... Oh, I need to do the splits off from this, which is going to be really hard because... is the way I did this. I have this going straight up. Okay. Okay, right there. There. Next guy. There. There. Okay. there, to there. Agree to this. You unfortunately have no more grandparents, but they were amazing and dearly missed. Wow, we all of a sudden just have a very catchy in the feels kind of stream going on. Don't make me cry during my building stream. Okay, 2 more of these guys. All right. This. To this. And hopefully all these pipes are going to work like I'm envisioning they will. I feel like if I set it up correctly, it should all be Gucci. Okay, so now I just need to go from here to here on all these guys, and we are good to go. That looks good. Beautiful. This is looking quite good. Honestly, I think this is going to look really good once it's all plugged in. That to that. That to that. That to that. Okay. Let me fill back in the glass, and I'm going to just check over everything. Should be like this, I believe. No, why would you switch it? Why are you turning it? Oh, jeez. Why don't you save it where it was? Oh, this one is actually sideways too. Yeah, a bunch of these are sideways, the wrong direction. Them to be like this. There. This one's correct. This one's incorrect, as is that one. I want it to be a vertical. Whoa. This vertical bar there. This. This one's wrong. That. That one is wrong and wrong. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So that should be all the pipes. How does that look? The pipes aren't perfectly evenly spaced, but that's because they're coming from 3 different pipes. I think that looks pretty good, and I can move pretty freely through here. This is the input. Oh, you know what I didn't consider? The amount of water I need for this build. Okay, that's fine. I'll just inject the water as I need extra water. I think there will be space to make that work. For now, the oil is set up correctly. Let's bring the oil over, then we'll figure out water flow issues. So what we want to do is I want to have one of these on each side. So I want to have, similar to this guy. Is that what I want? Let's make it match this guy. I think higher is better, but is that right? What did I do? Oh, I put a big one lined up with that, and then a half one on top of that. Okay. Just try to match it. So big one there, and then a half one there. Why is a player in the way? Frick. Okay, is that what I did? I think that's what I did. So big guy there, half guy on top. There. You've only lost your grandpa so far. About 10 years ago, your grandma's still alive at 94. Nice. You told someone at work they need more churros in their life. That's funny. That's excellent advice and very true. That's quite true. Everybody needs more churros in their life. Okay, so that should work. If I have one going down to there, What does horizontal to vertical look like? Does that look better than, say... Oops. Or auto, or auto 2D, or noodle. Let's look at auto. Do I like that one better, or the horizontal to vertical? I think I like the horizontal to vertical better. Yeah, I think I like horizontal to vertical. Mark 2, R. There we go. I can end up moving that pipe if I need to have it not overlap, but I might just be covering this up, so I might not even care about if it overlaps. Okay, so the next thing is the output of those going to these guys. So how do I want to do this? Because we're going to have polymer resin coming out as well. I think I want to have this go, the output to go up so the polymer resin can be on the floor level. So let me figure out how that would work. So it would be something like this, and then mergers. Let's do this as kind of our reference point. That's not correct. There. So this would be, how quickly do these guys come out? 20 a minute. Okay. Be like that, and then we'd use Mark III belts all across. Okay, and then the pipes are going to go out to the left that way. It's going to be 400 a minute, so we want... Okay, this should be not too bad if I go up two spaces, I think. We go this way, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we'll just get rid of the supports, and these will sit kind of right on top of these guys, and that should work. One, two, there. That should work. Yep, I just gotta get rid of that to have space to place them. Okay. One, two. They kind of sit right on top of those guys. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. All right, and this guy is gonna go. Which one do I want to go where? Gotta go there and have the other one go maybe underneath up to that guy. I think that's what I want to do. So I believe what I need to do is get... Let's just replace these. So we can have these be even. Like that. On a different topic, you saw a video about an American getting upset about $5 a gallon of gas. $5 a gallon of gas. It costs over $8 a gallon where you are. Really? $8? How does that convert? Is that after conversion or before conversion? I guess would be my question. Okay, and that, wow, that's actually straight across. That's perfect. And the other one will have go underneath. Have you always paid $8 a gallon of gas? Because that sounds like you're getting ripped off. Jeez. Although it's not quite $8 where I am. Oh, I'm out of copper sheets. I think I grabbed all my copper sheets from here, didn't I? I knew I was going to run out of copper sheets. All right, I need more copper sheets. Let's go get them. You keep seeing, oh, you're missing an emote. It's called Monka S. Monka S is a frog emote. It's a Twitch emote of a frog sweating. Great emote. If you have better Twitch TV, you'd be able to see what it is. You converted that from pounds and liters to petrol to gas. Okay. Wow. That sounds really, really stupidly expensive. For us, $5 is as high as, at least as far as I know, it's ever gotten. I'm gonna give you copper sheets. To put that in perspective, when I was in high school, I remember having in my yearbook the cheapest gas ever got while I was in, this was in like 1999 when I graduated high school. Yep, I'm old, I know, I'm a boomer. In 99, the cheapest ever was, I think, 73 cents a gallon. I think it actually got to 73 cents a gallon in either 98 or 99. Speaking of grandmas, I remember when you could get gas for only a nickel. In regards to the oil thing, you keep thinking about Gordon Ramsay in Hell's Kitchen. He yelled at his chick and was like, "This has so much oil, the U.S. will try to invade it." Jesus. All right. Well played, Gordon Ramsay. Well played. It's a good one. It's a good one. I don't even care he's making fun of the U.S. That's funny. Pepperidge Farm remembers. So much oil, the U.S. will try to invade it. That's hilarious. In Switzerland, the gas prices aren't any better either. Well, I mean, it's probably like that for most of the world with the way that the whole Ukraine and Russia thing are going, right? Because that's where so much of the world's oil is coming from. Although maybe in the U.S. we have it better because we have some oil from like where I am in Texas and other places. And Alaska, I think, has a bunch of oil. Okay, I think this will all be good. I think that'll be good for the output there. Although we are getting dangerously close to political talk, which I try to avoid, but, you know. Alright, so I'm going to call that good for that guy. I think that'll all be good. And then we need to bring this back around. So let me figure out where it's going to be going to as we figure out where it's going to come from. So... about like that, and have it come straight across over here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looked really nice and clean. Nice and clean. That is going to go a little bit... Hold on, let me see the placement of this. Okay, this is actually down to the lower level. Let me swap this back out then. These guys go back down too. I need it to be on this level. Okay, I'm gonna have this go through just so it gets to where I want it to be. So right there. A little bit of overlapping going on there, but that's okay. That'll make this everything look better. And let me get rid of that and that. And replace that. You feel obligated to drive around out in the desert. What? Oh, are you on your Explorer? You're talking about in the game. I thought we were still talking about the gas thing. Okay. Okay, now this should be able to get across here much better. Yeah, that looks much better. What's up, Nietzsche? You have a quarter of the state mapped out in your head, huh? Okay, so this is coming from the outputs of these guys. 1, 2. So something like that. So that's where that's going to go. That pipe looks like it's going in there, but it's just a little bit of overlap, and it's fine. What is this one doing? This is Oh, this is where oil is going to come in. I could probably make that look better, actually. If I have it come from the wall and then over and across, that would look better. So, Future Rand, you fix this. Future Rand will make that look better. Okay, now we won't have pipes overlapping each other. U.S. got a lot from Alaska, and you truly don't want to go further in this conversation. Gas is pretty expensive here in the Netherlands, about 250 euros per liter. That's 5.75 per liter. Per gallon, that'll be about 9.66. Jeez. Oh boy. Okay. That sucks. That sucks. I do want this to go up. 1, 2. Let's go like that. Now we're going to bring this all the way across. And I'm going to need to move some of these guys. I'll eventually replace these, but these are in the way for now. This. Is it food time talk? Almost. Although you already brought up churros, so I feel like you already got us started there. Okay. These guys, where is this? It is in the middle of this row right here. This. Some big players aren't happy that the EU is getting their oil from the most convenient partner that isn't them. Okay, that is definitely getting more into any political stuff than I care to even hear about, but okay. Good to know. Okay. This, and I have this coming straight across out here too, right? Is that what I did? I want to make sure I'm doing this to mirror. Yes, and I have it horizontal to vertical is why it looked like that. Okay, that should be fine. Food time talk. What should you make for wife and kiddos for dinner? Spaghetti, since, you know, that's what we're making in our video game. Spaghetti's good. I gotta figure out what I want to do for dinner, too. What did I have yesterday? Oh yeah, I went to a place called Potbelly. And had a pizza sandwich. It was great. I'll probably have... There's a Philly cheesesteak place near where I am called Texadelphia. That's probably what I'll get later. This. Why does this look different than the last guys? I feel like my levels are different. You need to go sort your dinner out soon too? Okay. How come that looks different over here? Is it because we're not going down a level over here? Yeah, it's because this is even instead of going down. Am I okay with that? That actually means that's going to be slightly different. Do I change this entire thing? Oh man, that's gonna bother me, isn't it? This is gonna bother me. Damn it, I hate it when these things bother me. But it bothers me. This all needs to go down a level. I don't want it to bother me, but it bothers me. Go away, kid, you bother me. It's because we're doing the whole pipes on different level things between them that I have these foundations slightly misaligned as we have these guys sit up on a slightly elevated platform. But I gotta fix it or else my OCD is gonna be like, I don't like this. So let's fix it. Let's fix it. Fix it now, or else later I'll be like, Pass Rand, what the hell is your problem? What the hell is wrong with you, Pass Rand? Although I like the level that this is on, so I'm going to keep... I'll keep that the same, and we'll go up to that. And I just got to redo this entire thing here. Past Rand, why he's so lazy. Messing things up all the time. Hey, what's up, Factoid? Good to see you, my friend. We started aluminum earlier. And I was wishing you were here to tell me about all the things I'm doing wrong. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. No, but we got rated by the, I think it was the official Coffee Stain Twitch stream today, so holy crap did we get a big raid. So we had a lot of new folks join right as we finished Phase 3, so it's pretty crazy. Sure I did fine? I don't know, man. I don't know. Past Rand screws some stuff up. You can't always trust that guy. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we had a lot of people who probably have way more complicated builds on the stream watching and judging. And I was a little nervous. Mainly from the watching, less because of the judging. Okay. 1, 2. And let's have this guy go here. 1, 2. Will this line up there, or is that too tight? I was worried about that. Okay, that should work, and that should plug in there pretty just fine, but let me just make sure. 1, 2. This. This. Now this should look much better. Yeah, that's better. Coffee Stain Studios do some truly awesome sauce games. Rock and Stone. Oh! Is Rock and Stone... Are the same devs who do this game the ones who do Deep Rock Galactic? Or when I heard Coffee Stain, was I wrong in that this is a totally different developer? That surely the developer of this game is the ones who would rate us with 800 people. It wouldn't be some other random game, right? Because if they make this game and Deep Rock Galactic, holy crap, that is some awesome games Coffee Stain makes. Oh, that guy's already there. Okay. This. Alright, now this matches what we did earlier. They make Valheim too? Oh my god. Every single one of their games is awesome. Sure they have different dev teams working on the different games though, right? Because I feel like this and those games are all being developed at the same time. Because Valheim is still early access. This game is still early access. Oh, they publish those, they don't develop those. Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense. Still, they publish some really good games. Okay, did I get these guys all correct? I think this is all good. Okay, that looks right. Goes down, goes across, goes underneath, and it plugs into there and goes down, and that guy goes down. Let me make sure all these guys are plugged in. This looks really good. As long as all works well, that looks right. Okay. All right, I still have to deal with... So that would be the fuel. So this is a lot of fuel. The outputs for these guys... What did you say? 133.33 fuel generators. Do I build that first, or do I figure out the plastic? There's no way I'm getting this entire build done today, actually. We also do Goat Simulator. That's one of the greatest of all time games. All right, well, before I move on, I got to do one final break. So really quickly, my friends, I'm Sam Stretch, User Restroom. Thank you all for watching. Hope you are having a good time. If there anybody was part of the raid earlier, hope you are enjoying us just building random stuff. But when we come back, I'll figure out if I work on the fuel generators or the plastic and rubber next. What a huge build. See you in just a bit, my friends.